most of my problems are in laning, like actually dominating lane and putting pressure. So I think I do a pretty good job this game, but I think it's a lot of like I don't know, like all the variants that come with playing AD carry and different support matchups and when I can punish CSing and all that type of
Okay,
stuff.
okay. What rank is this, by the way? I'm just gonna pause real
Diamond
quick.
5.
Okay, nice. So for laning, let's first talk about before the game starts, right? You're in champ select, you see where your support is, and you see what the enemy bot lane is, right? Um, there are several kinds of support champions, right? So you have like the kind of melee all-in supports like Braum, right?
Yep.
And you have like Alistar, Leona, that kind of stuff, and you have like your poke supports like Zyra, Vel'Koz, whatever, Karma, and then you have your shield supports, your trading stuff, right? Lulu, Janna, whatever this is. Lulu is also considered maybe poke slash trade, and then you have your
Yeah.
sustain, right? Soraka, Sona, the basics. So, when you see what you have, you want to first figure out where do I want the lane, right? Where do I want to push? Do I want to freeze? Do I want the lane under the tower? Do I want the lane under my tower? Or do I want it in the middle, right? So, for all-in supports, like Blitz, Thresh, Alistar, that kind of stuff, you want to be able to engage on the enemy bot lane, right? So
Yeah.
you want the wave in the middle, because if you have it at your tower, it's super obvious when you go for a play because everyone starts running forward. And if you have it at their tower, you can't really like do anything, right? You can't unless you want to
Yeah.
dive, right? Can't really gain a health advantage because you can't poke them, right? Because your support is all in. So um, so that means you have two options: you keep it in the middle, or you push it up, right? Under the tower is better than under your tower. So when I see this, when you see Ashe, Lulu, and Lucian, Janna, what do you think you should do in order to
Um,
win lane?
Probably keep it around the middle, and I'll just try to auto attack Lucian. Get Lulu shield and shield poke as well.
So it's good that you recognize that you have like a good lane to trade with Lulu shields, right? But
Yeah.
on the flip side, they also have a good lane to trade with Lucian and Janna. So
Yeah.
when I see this Lulu versus Janna matchup, I immediately think, yo, if we push them under tower, we can force an HP advantage and force their jungler to come down, right? And the reason why I think that is because Janna has issues with trying to make something happen, right? Trying to be aggressive, trying to be proactive, right? How does she chase you down the lane? Maybe if she like uses W and flashes NATO, that's not very good, right?
Yeah.
Compared to
No.
like a Thresh or Blitz. Lulu is a little bit better in that aspect, in that she can slow people and then polymorph them, right? So
Yeah.
if you ever see a support that's hopeless under tower, like Soraka, right? Soraka can't do anything. She like what is she gonna do? She's gonna throw Q at you while you run away. So if you ever see something like that, you want to push them in, right? Unless it's
Yeah.
unsafe. So right here, what I'm thinking is the general idea is push as much as possible. Don't take trades against Janna in the middle of the lane unless it's free, like if Janna's shield is down. Um, and otherwise, just push minions and make sure that you can't die to jungle gank. So if you have flash, push, right? And make sure you keep an HP advantage.
LOL.
So
Kaja har fan
uh,
challenger
are you
Roma
like
på en
listening to something
halvnöd.
here?
Yeah, you can turn off the
Nej.
sound. I have a bunch of music on and stuff.
all right, all
I
right.
think I had your stream in the background as well at some point.
Oh yeah, at the beginning I think. Okay, so nice volley. Really good value, right? You hit all three. You got all three minions, and then you you hit Lucian too. Okay, this is a questionable auto attack, right? Can you
Yeah,
tell me why?
I felt that as well.
Okay. So this then right? The goal, you should recognize what you're trying to do. Okay, so you can do several things in the first two waves. One, gain an HP advantage, right? Everyone wants level 2, so if he's hitting minions and you hit him, you have an HP advantage for the next wave, and then he can't fight you, so you get level 2. Two, you just push super fast. If your lane is weaker and you can just kill these guys because the other dude is making a mistake, you do that, right? So you can also blitz down these minions. So HP
Uh,
advantage or push advantage, right? So here, what do you want to do? It's really hard to get an HP advantage because you can only do like volley auto attack, and you already used your volley, right?
Yeah.
If your Lulu can't help you with the HP advantage thing, then you should go for the minion advantage, right? Minion advantage is like almost always safer. So you just want to push, right? So this is like a scary position, right? Again, Although you can hold on to your auto attack until Janna shields like the wrong person, and then you hit Janna or hit Lucian. But I would say, don't worry about like the trades, right? You want to push. Create pressure. You get level 2 if you can kill these fast enough, right?
Yeah.
That was a nice
That's
volley.
what goes through my head, I think.
That's good. So here you're playing up because you know you're gonna get level 2. Now in Ashe lanes, it's actually better to not get Q, which I know you're gonna get, right? Because it's like, yo, if I have Q, there's potential to like use my Q and get more damage, right? But it's actually better to get E, in all honesty, because your Hawkshot will tell your whole team where the jungler is. And if your team knows where the jungler is, they like shouldn't die to the jungle, right? And it'll also tell you where the jungler is. You really don't need this. You don't need Q, honestly, at level 2, right? Like even though you got it and you tried to force like a fight level 2, you didn't even get to use it, right? So just like future reference, this is like a small thing, but it was really good that you went for the level 2 play. That was really smart, right? So now you have control of the lane. Now you can implement your. That was really good, but at the same time, it looked good, but it was like just okay. You know what I mean? Because Jan is really good at trading. But yeah, here you just push. You push. Here's like a side note for future reference. Whenever you want this kind of push situation, when you want to push them in, poke them on the tower, create a CS advantage, create pressure bot lane, it only works if you can get away from the gank, right? Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
So like say for example, if you like want to do this strategy and they have a blitz crank,
oh yeah, that's
right?
gonna
It's
go wrong.
not safe, right? So so what I'm thinking here is in general, you want to not take any trades when you push in. And the reason why is because if you take trades when you're pushing in, say you take a big trade, these guys are at 20% health, you guys are at 30% health, Elise comes out or Lucian or whatever comes out and he can just one shot you with Q, right?
Yeah.
But if everyone's full health, then you guys just run away from the Lucian and then it's impossible for him to kill you. So that's why whenever you like are looking to push them in, do not take trades because that gives them an opening to gank you. The flip side to that is if you're baiting a gank, then you take trades because your jungler is sitting in this bush and they're like, oh, this guy's being stupid. But that doesn't happen as often as you'd think, especially in solo queue, right? Even competitive doesn't really happen that often. So whenever you push in like this, try to avoid taking trades. Looking for the volley is like really good, but if he ever queues you, you were probably in a bad spot, right? So this is good. It's okay you missed that CS. It's like whatever, right?
Yeah, it's pretty late where I am. I just played this game like an hour ago or something. So
that's fine. Like this is good. Okay, so this is the problem. So the goal, while it's nice to poke them on their tower, the whole goal is just push. You just want to push, right? You just want to farm. Don't ever be in a position where you take a tower shot, right? Because the whole HP, like you need HP to survive a game kind of thing is very important in this lane. Yes, you can get like extra auto attacks off, but it's like the risk to reward ratio is too high. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of unlucky that you get hit, but it's like it's okay to like let them. You don't have to punish if it's going to mean you're gonna make a mistake. So here I would say, I think you know what I'm gonna say, but hold on to your abilities, right? You want high value on everything. I know you like wanted the CS, but you can just normally auto attack this one if you like kill this one and then kill this one. Like your volley is important, right? It can create an HP advantage after you push in, but since it's down for 12 seconds, after you push this in, you can't volley them, right? So okay, going for ward, good, right? Push before reward, smart. This is good. So far so good, right? This looks pretty good to me. Which is really funny because you were saying about how you wanted help in laning. Okay, here's another option you can take. So the cookie cutter pushing all in strat is nice.
Yeah.
And it'll work most of the time, if not all the time. But if you generate this big of an advantage and they're not like an all-in support like Braum, Alistar, Thresh, Blitz, Crank.
Like yes, Reese.
Exactly. You know, yeah. Oh, dude, you know exactly what I'm gonna say. Look at this.
Well,
so do you know how to freeze? Do you know how to freeze this 100% of the time?
I'll just walk in front of the minions, take the aggro, and pull them back, right?
Exactly. You're just sitting up. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, damn. Like, you already know what I'm saying. Okay, this is good. So, I'm just pointing this out because it is an option you can take, right? You can literally make it so they have to back right now. And then after they back, they're like super screwed because you're still freezing. Or they need to call like help bot lane, and then that's when you win the game because you drew all the pressure bot lane, and then you get away from the gank, right? So you set yourself up to like automatically win the game like right here. So that's like really good. But if for some reason like this you couldn't freeze, like if they have like an all-in support, then yeah, continuing to push is a good idea. I'm just saying that this is not bad. This is not a bad option. I'm just saying there are other options you might want to consider, right?
Yeah.
I probably would freeze that. And the biggest thing to like recognize how to do it in game is think about just like constantly think about your next objective, right? Like, am I gonna back on a cannon wave? Like, what am I doing in the next 30 seconds? Like, I see that I've poked them low. Can I freeze this next wave, right? You want to like prepare it before it happens, right? So if you're ever wondering,
I think like I autopilot a lot because I play a lot, and then I start autopiloting, and then I can go over the gank first, I guess.
Okay. So this should be okay. You are lacking health though, so this is just a flash and a heal and you're out, right? Holy shit, he missed, but this is good, right? We consider this a win because you did not die. You got away from the gank, and they're burning summoners. Don't chase this though. I don't see how you catch up to this, but this is really good, right? This is considered very good. Because you baited out a lead gank only for your summoners. No one died. I don't know what's going on here, but as long as you don't die, I don't really care because this is good. Good. So that was really good. Anyways, what were you saying? You're saying how you play on autopilot and stuff?
Yeah, because I don't know, it's kind of weird because sometimes I play like this and it just makes sense, and I'll think about like the freeze there. I was thinking it in my head, but I just kind of autopilot that I'm pushing. Maybe it's because I'm kind of tired.
No.
I don't know.
I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes you're like not focused enough, or you're like it slips your mind. Actually, happened to me today. I saw that I could have frozen. I was like, fuck, I should have froze. But I ended up doing it on the next wave, right? But if you want to like figure out how to like not play on autopilot, I guess it'd be like super focused in game, right? Like constantly think about what you want to improve on specifically each game. That'll help you prevent the autopilot. Like it'll at least help you prevent the autopilot on that specific thing. Like when I focus on CSing, I no longer autopilot during CS. I'm like, okay, I'm actually gonna like hit the CS at this point right now. I think that would be a good way to help with the autopilot stuff. But it's not like you can fix all of the autopiloting or whatever. Here, you definitely back, right? Can you tell me why?
I don't know. They can't really push back too fast, I guess, and we'll just like if we back immediately when we push it into tower, we can just come back and catch the wave. Maybe.
Yeah. So generally, you want to time your backs with cannon waves, right? Because say you push this wave in right now, right here, you back right now. By the time he kills this wave that you just pushed in, and he kills the cannon wave, you'll come back and you'll miss like 3 minions max, right? So 1, you miss the minimum amount of minions possible, right? 2, you already baited out a gank, so you don't have any summoners up, so it's kind of somewhat dangerous to stay.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was. I was considering that. Like, I didn't know where Lee was, and I didn't have my E because I wasted it.
It's like.
So I was kind of scared of it. That's why I'm playing a bit back.
So yeah, but I think the big thing here is whenever you have a free back, you should take it. And what I mean by free back is you push the wave in that's right before the cannon wave, right? And then you just back immediately. That's considered like a free back, right? Unless they're freezing this, but they don't have enough health to freeze this, right? They freeze it by just tanking the minions here. You see supports do this sometimes. So the way you like recognize this situation is just like glance, take a look at your wave and see if it's a cannon wave. And if it's coming down the lane as cannon wave, then I'm just gonna back. And you'll know this as you're pushing this wave, right? What I would be thinking in game is on this, I'll be like, okay, after this wave, I'm gonna back. So I don't even try and fight. Like that's not even on my agenda. I don't really care what they do. I'm just gonna push them back. So I would say that this is definitely time you should back. But what's going on here? Looks like you guys killed someone.
Yeah, I think Lucian, a brain AFK'd or something. I don't know.
Okay. So he's taking taking trades with Lulu, which is really bad, and then he just dies. Okay, that was nice. Nice. Okay, cool. Free kill, right? As long as you don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of this game is about not doing stuff like that, and it sounds stupid and it sounds easy, but it's not, right? As we all know, it's easy to make mistakes in this game. So it's good that you recognize that you should back after you get a kill and you push in, right? Dude, that guy suicided. It's like whatever. Getting the cutlass. Okay. I can roll with it. What I'm thinking is, whenever I bet out a gank or create jungle pressure like that, I will always consider boots maybe if I'm not like Ezreal or Lucian, right? Because
smart.
right, you don't have flash or heal. But in this case, Janna can't chase you down the lane. You're like super strong. You are relatively safe, especially with this buy. So I have no problems with it at all. This is a good buy, right? So here, what is the plan? The plan stays the same. The plan stays the same as long as you can't die to a league gank, and I'm pretty sure you can't die to a league gank still. So you can also freeze. So I think you're like. Okay. Baited out gank. This is really good. Okay, for Lulu flash, that's fine, right? It's really like so far you're literally winning the game. Look, it's already 1-5. Look at the impact you've had on this game already. Your Graves is eating everything, and then your solo laners are winning. Because this Lucian has been bought twice or 3 times already. So this is like insane laning. This is like almost perfect, right? Except for that reset. This is like a perfect lane. One might say. So damn, this is pretty good. Wait, so why were you saying you wanted like help on laning?
Well, I don't know,
Which
because
part are we talking about here?
I guess like maybe it's just confidence or something, whatever. Because I don't play like up and oh shit, I don't know. I just feel different, you know. Like some games I just pop off like this, you know, play pretty smart and punish CS. But other games, I don't know. I guess it's a lot of tilt, that goes into it, and I feel
like sometimes you like fight without like trying to fight, but like just like why, right? Or
and then I will catch myself like, what am I even doing? Like, what?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing this.
I get you. It's about okay, so pretty much for me, whenever that happens, I go back and watch it. I'm like, okay, what was I like thinking? Like, this is actually really bad, right? Whatever I was thinking was wrong, and it's like, you've already proven to yourself that you know the correct answer, right? Or if you don't know the correct answer, you can like ask someone or like try and figure it out. But it's very clear to me that you know exactly how to lane, except for maybe like 1 or 2 mishaps. It's like tiny mistakes, except for like 1 or 2 tiny mistakes. This is like insane. This is like really good, right? Especially with Diamond 5. How is this? You're slaughtering these kids.
It's EU Diamond 5, dude.
I don't know if there's a difference. Is there a difference?
Probably not.
But it's like really good, right? But if you ever find yourself like somehow instantly losing lane, like that happens to me sometimes. I just like lose lane to the random diamond ones. I'm like I'll go back and watch it and make sure it like doesn't happen again, or at least I'll try and recognize what happened so I can like not do the same mistake, right?
It's usually like I just make stupid all-ins, or I don't know. It's probably about focus, I guess.
My suggestion for that would be like, always like keep in mind what the idea is. Like, what are you going for here, right? Like before, when I was mentioning how if I were you, I would say, okay, cannon wave is coming. I'm just gonna push this and back immediately, and I'm not gonna fight them even if they try and bait me, right? It's like that. If you have that set plan in mind, then you won't fall for any kind of bait they will do. Like if they try and fight you, it's because they have a TP coming or a jungler coming, right? Your mindset would be like, oh yeah, I don't really want to fight, so you guys can do whatever. I'm just gonna back. As long as you have like a game plan, maybe like keeping a game plan firmly set in your mind for laning phase, would be really good, right? Hold up, I'm gonna be back in like 1 minute.
Yep.
I'm back. All right, got my deep dish pizza ready. Anyways,
good.
But yeah, that was really good, right? All this stuff is like really good. Like this already going for this arrow is good, right? It forces the flash, or something. I don't even know. He dies, right? You guys get a kill. Doesn't matter that Lulu died. You guys already won this gank because you killed someone despite the fact that they ganked, right? And it's even better than that because you just kill everyone. So this is really good, right? Of course, you notice that you should push it in the back. This is good. Coming to help Dragon. Good. Now the game plan here is still the same, and then you just look for arrows, right? Game plan doesn't change at level 6, right? The kinds of like the what I mean, I think you know what I mean by game plan, but just for clarity's sake, game plan is like, what am I trying to do in this 2v2, right? And how do I do it, right? So
Yeah.
like we discussed, Janna can't really do anything under tower, so you push her in. That changes at level 6 sometimes, right? So okay, let's watch this. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it was just super tilting. I just wanted to take the wave and I don't know, Graves, and then I hit the goal between Lucian and Lucian.
So my thoughts here. Okay, so when I see this, you just hit the closest guy, right?
Yeah.
You don't have ult yet. You hit the closest guy. You wait. You hold on to your ultimate until you can see you can kill someone, right? So if your teammate like kills himself, don't worry about that. That's not your fault. He's being monkey. That's no impact on you, right?
Yeah.
So when I see you fire this ult, it's like I know you want to help him, but that shouldn't change your mindset of I'm using my ult to kill someone, right? Because if you use your ultimate here, how do you kill anyone? Right?
I actually end up hitting the LeBlanc in mid lane, and Aura kills her, but that was just kind of lucky.
Yeah, that's pretty what the fuck? that's actually insane. But like it goes to show that the result doesn't matter, right? It's about like the thinking behind it, right? The correct play, even though the result was good, it wasn't like the correct play, right?
Yeah, of course.
So here it's like you don't fight unless you can win. So here there's no way to win this, so you just go back and push your lane, right? Or if you want to like maybe find a way to win this, you volley auto attack as long as it's safe, and then you save your arrow and then hit someone, right? So if you ever miss, you like stop. You stop chasing, right? If you ever miss anything important, you stop what you're doing and you run away, because that one important thing is like game changing, right? So say Elise misses Cocoon, and she still decides to fight Lee Sin. She's gonna die, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with like LeBlanc, right? LeBlanc comes out, throws out a chain, whiffs the chain, and then continues to keep fighting and ends up, oh wow, they barely got away. Well, it's because you missed your chain, right? If you ever miss something, that means you're gonna lose unless the enemy misses something, right? So what can they miss? It's like really hard for them to miss. They point and click, right?
Yeah.
So if you miss your arrow, stop, right? Don't do anything. So if you, like, there's no way you can win this. Even if it's 2v2, there's no way you can win this, right? So you just gotta run away. I'm pretty sure you are gonna die here because they just run you down, right? So, yeah. Whenever you miss something, or whenever your teammate kills himself, whenever something unexpected happens, run. Don't fight unless you know it's free, right?
Yeah.
Because this is the equivalent of that Lucian killing himself, right?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
In a certain way, right? It's kind of weird when we think about it that way, but him suiciding, trying to like farm or whatever, when Lulu's on top of him, is the same as you trying to fight without your arrow, and there's no way to win, right? So it's like the same size of mistake, same magnitude, I guess. So like, even though it wasn't like, oh wow, we lost Baron bad, it was like you lost control over bot lane, you gave up your lead, and you lost tower bad, right? So
yeah,
it's like a mini throw, pretty much. Whenever something like that happens, so if you can prevent yourself from doing that, the enemy will always do that. I guarantee you. Okay, I guarantee you, up until every single rank, including LCS, including pros, they will. Like, how many times you watch stream, you're like, dude, what is this guy thinking? Right? Like how many times have you seen it? Every time, every game.
Yeah.
Wait until they fuck up, right? And make sure you don't make any mistakes, and then you will win. Trust me. Here, going mid can be good if you can land an arrow on Janna, right? Janna's the one who can't move. That's what you're looking to target, right? Can't move and isn't tanky, right? So
I think I try to go for LeBlanc since they're like walking backwards.
It's pretty greedy.
And then Lucian walks into it.
So this is my suggestion. You should hold on to your arrow as long as possible, because okay, so the first criteria is, can I hit them? Is it even possible? And you can figure that out if they're running away and they can only move in one direction. They can only dodge in one direction. If they can dodge in 2 directions, you don't fire your ultimate, right? They have to. They can only impossible to dodge, because if they dodge backwards, they die. That should be the thinking, right? Or if they're chasing you, they can't dodge it because they're chasing you, right? Or if they're running directly away from you, they can't dodge it because they're running away, right? So if you fire this arrow, they're gonna die. That should be the criteria number 1. Criteria number 2: do you actually need it, right? If you fire this arrow, it hits a Janna, and then she dies, it's actually almost wasted because they were gonna kill her anyways, right? Does that make sense? Because they kill her anyways. You should have held on to your ult so you had it later. Like wait, always wait and see until you need it, right? Always wait and see until you need it, right? I'm harping on these like Ashe arrows for the most part because
they're really important.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually the whole reason why you pick Ashe, right? It's actually you live and die by the arrow, right? You land the arrow, you win every single goddamn game. You miss the arrow, you have no impact on the game. You probably lose 4v5, right? So it's like super important. And this is not just Ashe. This goes for everyone, right? Missing Lucian ultimate or Ezreal ultimate or wasting Caitlyn ultimate. It's like same caliber of mistake, right? Just less so than Ashe ult, because Ashe's kit is like dumped into the arrow. But yeah. Oh, see, like as long as you don't do this, you're gonna win every game, right? Oh my god, right? See, it's what the fuck? It's incredible. Anyways, but yeah, when in doubt, if you ever have a doubt, I don't even know if this Janna has flash. I would have saved it until I got closer, right? I would see this bush is pinked. I'm running to this bush, see if I can fire an arrow. If there are no targets, that is fine, because that means you guys are in a good position. You've already won the fight. You don't need an arrow, and using an arrow wouldn't have helped you anyways, right? So having it up is very important, right? Because then you can maybe dive a tower, right? Maybe LeBlanc does some stupid shit like that, and you fire back to where she has to go back, right? And then you get that kill that way, right? So save arrow. It's got to hit 100% of the time. If you fire that arrow, the only way it should miss is some like 1 out of 100 games kind of bullshit that happens, right? Like I can't even think of anything off the top of my head, but something stupid has to happen for you to miss this arrow. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, good. It's good that you recognize that you should come to help. That was really good, right? Instead of going for that bot farm, you realize that some shit was going on. But so one thing to note is whenever you see an objective and you're trying to take it, you must ask yourself, 1, is it safe to do this? All right, is it safe to do this? Real quick.
I don't know. We don't see the jungler. Don't see top lane either. So they could just come in behind us.
I would say it is relatively safe to do this, right? Because LeBlanc is dead, Janna is dead. Sure, you don't know where those 2 people are, but you have Lulu ult and you have Ari ult, and she's behind you. It's like okay to hit the tower, right? So it's like not dangerous. What I mean by dangerous is like Zac is over on this wall. He can jump on you. You have no flash. That's like holy shit, you're gonna die. Or Malphite's over here, or Malphite can TP behind you and he's gonna ult you, right? Or something with Galio on Twitch, or some stupid shit like fiddle over the wall, right? That's dangerous. This is not dangerous. But the second criteria for an objective is, can you actually do it, right? I know you like this tower damage is nice, but you're not actually gonna get this tower, right? So you should keep that in mind whenever you do an objective. Is it safe, and are you actually gonna get it, right? This you could like actually bait yourself trying to get this is what I'm trying to get at, right? This is actually how often do you see someone hitting a tower mid and they just die and then give up their own tower? every day, like not even a joke, like every day.
True.
Like why? It's because they weren't following the first criteria. Is it safe? So sure, it was safe, so it's good, but just keep that in mind for every single objective you see, right? Blue buff, red buff, every single tower, your tower, their tower, Baron, Dragon, doesn't matter what it is. If you're doing it, you must make sure you're safe doing it, right? It's fine that you were hitting it because you had nothing else to do, right? So that's fine. That's fine by me. But most cases, hitting the tower just for damage is not safe, right? But so far so good, right? So here you just push, like Kennen creates split push pressure, hold on to your arrow until maybe you can hit this Janna because that leads into an Ari charm, right? You see Lucian's top, so yeah, just push this in, get the tower. Nothing crazy, right? You don't have to do anything crazy, just like push them off the wave and get the tower, right? That's my thinking here. As long as it's safe, right? You see 2 people top, you have man advantage mid, it should be safe. So far so good. Now, what is the plan here? A, you can reset if you're nearby. B, you can Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I was counting like I knew I had enough for left Rune King, but I also like kind of knew I could get Berserkers if I catch the way bot.
This is greed,
So I
right?
just
Can you tell me
That's
what
it.
goes wrong here when you go bot?
I don't know.
Well, like, what's the worst case
well,
scenario? Worst case scenario. How do you die?
My team, well, LeBlanc kills me like
Yes.
the turn.
Yes. 100%. She just kills you. There's nothing you can
I
do.
don't think she. Yeah.
Right. You have no vision. You're in a solo lane, so she just runs you down the lane, and then you die. Right. You don't even have flash. But even if you did have flash, you'd have to flash her chain, and then she doesn't. She just gets your flash for free. Right. So this is greed, and this is greed because your Lulu has to come help you, or you die to LeBlanc. Right.
Yeah.
And if she comes to help you, then your team is a man down on the other side of the map, and then your team is gonna do something stupid. So this is just greed. There's just no way this is a good. There's no way this is good, right? She even leaves you. So what if LeBlanc is like right here? You're just like dead. Yes, you can just like arrow her and like walk away, but if you like do that, then you didn't even get this wave and you lost your ultimate, right? So it's like, try not to like always think about worst case scenario. Whenever you want to do something, think about what's the worst that can happen before you do it. Right. To me, this is just like super scary. Like I've seen like LeBlanc kill me like 8 times today, so I'm very scared of shit like that. Like, okay, yeah, she has Gunblade. Holy shit! Like, yeah. There's no way you survive, right? Gunblade and Ignite, right? How do you?
Yeah.
You can't do anything. So, always ask yourself what's the worst that can happen. Whenever you think about doing anything, right? Doing dragon or doing tower or trying to farm a wave or pushing for level 2. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'm sure that everyone has been cheesed by Eve level 2 or some stupid shit level 2, right? Level 2 gank bot, like that's happened to you before, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the worst that can happen. You're trying to fight for level 2, and it's like, why the fuck is Maokai have a red buff level 2 come bot immediately? Like, what is this? But sometimes it just happens that way, right? So you just have to play around it, right? Worst that can happen, don't let it happen to you, right? So you guys are trying to set up dragon, that's fine. Pushing out bot, that's fine. You have Lulu, so you shouldn't be afraid of LeBlanc as much. LeBlanc's mid, this is good. So okay, you should just.
This is pretty dodgy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I just run away, and I do a really bad flash.
you're like trying to go for the farm, right? So this is like super awkward. Here, you just have to run, right? Your mindset should be, I'm going to push this in, but if someone shows up, I run immediately, right? It's because you didn't have this planned in your head beforehand that you were like struck by indecision when you wanted to hit this literally like 1 health minion, right? You always want to have the game plan in mind, right? The game plan is the push. So ask yourself, what happens if Lucian comes out? You run immediately. Or if your plan is to turn and fight and fire an arrow immediately, that should be your plan, right? But you need to have a plan in the first place. And then here, this is not part of the plan. Like Lee Sin comes out, flash kicks Lulu. Remember, like this goes back to what I was saying before. If anything unexpected happens, especially if it's bad, you run away, right? So here, when I see this, you just like gotta arrow him, or he's just gonna call you, right? And even then, there's no way out because he flashes your arrow, right? So you gotta fight minions or something stupid like that.
I think it's run away.
You just have to run, right? Wow, you're being really greedy with your arrow, honestly. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was, dude. That's the 12 a.m. flash.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think we have to discuss this anymore, but
yeah.
Okay, arrow. Okay, so this is the whole arrow thing, right? You need maximum value out of your arrows. This gotta kill someone.
We can't kill them.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh,
maybe if I at least.
There's no way. It's impossible. It's actually impossible, right? Like maybe if you were on comms and you said, Graves, you need a flash auto QRE right now.
Yeah.
As this arrow hits, but that's not possible, right? So, I should have saved it. Patience. Save it if you don't know. If you don't know for sure, you need to hold on to it. I would rather. Okay, this is the funny thing, right? Whenever you don't use an ultimate, and everyone else dies, they spam ping you and they say, "Why didn't you use your ultimate?" Right? Is this correct? Is this accurate?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, flip side, you missed your ultimate. No one says anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the fact that they don't say anything does not mean it is better than the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, missing is negative value, right? Does that make sense? Missing is negative
Yeah.
value. Missing, you have it on cooldown, you lose mana, they know it's down, right? But if you hold on to it, that is infinitely better than negative value because it's zero, is neutral value. You still have it, right? It's still available to you. Using it and it gets like tiny bit of value, that's tiny bit of positive value, okay? And then using it to like hit a backline and win a team fight, that's insane value because you can win the game off it. That's game changing, right? We're looking for game changing, okay? You want to hold on to it. Negative is literally negative value, okay? Don't worry about people like complaining if you don't use your ultimate. You see this Graves didn't use his ultimate. That's like whatever. He was holding onto it or something, right? It's better than him missing it. It's 100 times better than him missing it, okay? So don't worry about what anyone else says. You need to be patient and hold on to your abilities until maximum value. That's what we're going for here. Especially on Ashe, right? You can apply this to anything, right? Lucian, don't use your Q on minions because you need high value so you can win trades, right? Stuff like that. So it's just really funny how people always notice when you hold on to something rather than when you just whiff it completely because they're stupid. They don't know. They don't understand that it's like negative value. They might understand after you explain it to them, but the people who spam ping like that are like bad players, right? So don't worry about them if that ever happens. Going mid to defend tower, good. Just like chilling mid. You're just waiting for your ultimate, right? You can't do anything without your ultimate. You either follow up on your team or you wait for your ultimate, right? So here you have it in 5 seconds. Now you look to see if I hit someone, do I kill them? And after that, can they dodge it, right? So
here I was thinking that I could have gone for the arrow, but what's the name? Ari wasn't here, so I just kind of waited.
So this wins, right? I already know this is already a one fight, right? So all you have to do is stall for time because your team is coming up behind them. They're flanking them, right? So all you gotta do is not miss, right? And then you land it. You land it very well, right? Even though it doesn't outright kill him, it indirectly kills him because he has no escapes. After this lands, this is a perfect play, right? Perfect in a way that if you run this scenario 100 times, he dies 90 times out of 100, right? So this is really good, right? This is like really good, right? So good stuff. If every arrow was like that, then we would have a perfect game. So but look at this. The fact that you kill this arrow, okay, you have control over the top side of the map. You have control over Rift Herald. You're getting mid tower, and York has to be scared of Kennen because they have a man down, right? So look, like you guys look at how much you got from that one arrow, right? So that's why it's so important. Literally game changing. If you set up vision, right? If your team sets up vision and then resets, then the enemy team comes back. They get caught because they have no vision. Boom. That's like snowballing that one arrow even more, right? So you guys going for bot? Look at this, right? Look, get another two towers and a bunch of farm, and you have wards in their bot side jungle, right? Like hella good. So as long as you can avoid making big mistakes and continue making only 100% plays, you win every game, right? So I'm seeing this. Wait, what? Have you used the arrow here? What's going on?
Yeah, I think I was trying to save Graves. And I landed onto Lucian.
Okay, this is acceptable. I would say this is acceptable. It's possible that you could have saved them, or it's possible that Ari can finish someone off. This is fine, honestly.
And we get his heal, so it was pretty alright.
Like, honestly, I would say that's okay, but if that happens too many times, just like save it, right? Because it wasn't very good. Like when I saw this, I like didn't know what was gonna happen. So I was like on the fence if this is a good arrow or not. Like it could have saved him, but the results showed that it wasn't. So even though we always talk about how the result doesn't matter, sometimes it's like you use the result to figure out your future arrows, right? How bad is this situation is what we're trying to figure out. And
it's pretty bad.
Turns out this guy's retarded, so he just dies. So there's nothing you can do about that. Oh wow, that gunblade actually screwed him really hard. But yeah, I would say that was a good arrow, right? Theoretically good arrow, so that's good. So here you just volley and so this guy kills himself, whatever. Ari's being stupid, sure. You kill this guy, you get away. Okay, fine, acceptable. That's good. Get a return kill for your flash. That's fine. Okay, so when you see this and you have people dead, you just make sure you don't die first and foremost, right? Tell me what are the ways you can die from this situation on? LeBlanc
snares me and just Lucian follow up, or I get caught by your cage.
Perfect, right? That's exactly what I'm thinking. So as long as you play around those two things, you can do whatever the hell you want, right? So you can volley, you can auto. Okay, so one win condition down, right?
Yeah.
And LeBlanc's like out of the fight. So all that there is Lucian, and that doesn't matter anymore because you win 1v1 or whatever 2v2 or 3v3 whatever because he has no health, right? So now you can just go ham. That's when you can recognize when you can fight, right? So you play the Dream King someone and you just run train on these guys. Okay, perfect. You just run chain on these guys. You just go on them. Exactly. Right? This is all you gotta do. It's like, oh wow, but I didn't do anything. The important thing is that you didn't throw, right? So this is very good. I'm being very honest with you right now.
Yeah.
People are like, but Saber, I felt like I didn't do anything. I didn't have to do anything. That's the whole point. The whole point is that you're not throwing, right? That's the whole point. That was
Here's the super bad Baron call.
So whenever you want to do a Baron, ask yourself, is it safe? And second of all, can you do it? Is it safe? Yeah. Sure. I mean, you killed someone. Can you do it? No, you have no tank, right? That's what should be going through your head.
And Lucian is one level above our jungler as well.
Yeah. But it should be okay if you can polymorph him, right? Okay, so when you go for this, you gotta tell me what's going through your head, right?
So I was just looking to maybe chunk him out since we were going for Baron.
Okay, fair. But on the flip side, isn't it possible that you can die going for this?
Yeah, that's why I kind of back off when I don't have anyone in vision. After that.
Yeah, true. But always ask whenever you do something, ask yourself, is it safe? I just think this is not safe, right? Even though someone died mid, 2 people died mid, I think like someone could be standing right here.
Yeah, LeBlanc could be coming back from base right now.
Yeah, exactly. He just like ward hop flash kick you into his teammate, and you have no options, right? So always like the risk to reward ratio. Remember, risk to reward ratio, right? You don't need to like chunk him out. Honestly, you need to, if your team wants to do Baron, you should be like at Baron. Because they're taking this way too slow now. This York is like, what can go wrong? This York is TPing. Lucian steals Baron. Someone kills a backline carry while you guys are trying to do it. I just think you can't tank this. So this is kind of really bad. So what you should be thinking is what is the plan here, right? And for you, it should be, we gotta turn. So we're gonna turn on the arrow. So if I hit this arrow, I gotta make sure it's impossible to dodge. So don't use it on LeBlanc unless she has no vision of you, because she's just gonna what is it called? Distort sideways or whatever, right? She's gonna W sideways. So hold on to your arrow, right? Okay, this is looking very bad, right? You're getting flanked on multiple sides. No one can tank this thing. You guys are trying to finish it. Where's the Lee Sin is the real question. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, you got it. So now this is actually considered worth, because there's no way they could stop this Baron. Now you just take it up the butt and you try and do as much damage as possible because you're dead, right? But it's fine because you guys got Baron, right? This would be an acceptable death to take, right?
Well, I don't die, actually.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
How is that even possible?
I stun LeBlanc when she jumps in. And then...
Okay, this is fucking amazing. So this is really good. Okay, I have no problems. Whatever you do here, this is good, because doesn't matter what you did as long as you guys got the Baron, right? So, okay, very good. 10 out of 10. Perfect team fight. Like,
nice.
That was amazing, right? That was really good. So, wow, I just assumed you were dead, but that was really good. Anyways, okay, let's watch this. What's going on? You pushed a wave?
Yeah, I kind of regret that.
Yeah, don't push a wave. Okay. This is just a general Baron thing. If you're not doing something immediate right now, then you back, right? Because if you can't get that inhibitor right now, you want to back. Because if you push and you start hitting that inhibitor and you don't get it, you've wasted so much time on your Baron, right? Because you didn't get to buy, you're not full health, you don't have the wards, right? Etc. So if you're not gonna get anything immediately right now, then you back, right? So this Ari is not gonna get this tower, but even if she does, she has to back and reset and then come back, and it's like you wasted time, because if you had reset first and came immediately, you were gonna get that tower anyways, right? So
not gonna made it to that bot wave as well.
I mean, actually, if you're gonna, did you have something important to buy? No, you didn't. Okay, it was just like a Phaedra, whatever, Ruby Crystal. Yeah. Like the exception is like, I need 100 gold for Infinity Edge. Then do it. But always reset first. It's a minor point because that's like in a winning position, but it does matter, right? Because like in solo queue, like teams do lose with Baron. Not even solo queue, like any kind of like gameplay, teams have lost with Baron, right? So that's like part of the reason. Those kind of mistakes. Okay, you guys do dragon. Sure, this is whatever. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. It's the whole value thing on arrow, right? Is literally
Yeah.
This is stupid because I'm pretty sure he has no idea that you're gonna arrow, right? But
Yeah.
it's possible that he can dodge it. So you aim the Janna unless she has flash, right? If you think your arrow's worth her flash, or you think she's not gonna flash it 9 times out of 10, do it, right? This is like pretty dumb because she was going for cannon, but at the same time, are you gonna kill this guy? I don't know. Are you?
No.
I don't know.
think.
Like, she's gonna be out of the stun.
Yeah,
before...
yeah. No, we actually kill her. I think.
No. If you hit the arrow right here.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
Maybe no. It's questionable.
It's not. You just want to hold on to it. I just don't. If you can't tell me right now, yes, then you don't do it, right?
And it's
it
not
has
worth.
to be with absolute certainty, right? Like you have to bet. You have to be able to bet money on it, right? I bet $10 that this arrow is gonna kill this guy. Oh, then you save your arrow, right? Then you really save that shit. Until you know for sure. So, yeah, right. You gotta save until you know for sure, right?
Yeah.
Cause sure, you guys kill her. Okay, nice. Okay, what if you arrow right now on Janna? Boom, everyone catches up to her, right?
Yeah.
Or you get her flash or something like that. Or maybe you guys can take the inhibitor because you arrow someone in the inhibitor, right? Like here, everyone's running away. They have no options. This line right here. Janna has no options, right? That's like
she can't dodge that.
Exactly. But even now, maybe you're not a good arrow because you're a cage or whatever. So then you hold on to it, right? So, I always keep coming back to this point because it's super important, right? So we go back to this example. How do they kill you now? Can you tell me?
They can't. They can't kill me.
It's impossible, right? So
I have Lulu.
You can do whatever the hell you want, right? It's impossible because Lucian has some damage, but he can't do all of your health, and not even then. You have Lulu and you have a man advantage. So yeah, here doing whatever the hell you want is fine, right? I don't really care. As long as you're not running into the tower or something stupid, right? So this is good, right? This is very good. Good. Lucian insects you doesn't matter, right? You still have your whole team behind you. So you guys finish this off. Go top. Boom, 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 boom. Bada bing, bada bang. Hitting the tower. This is good. Okay,
yeah, I think I start inting like right around here because the game's over. So I just kind of go for. I just kind of test the limits, I guess. That's a good way of putting it.
You could do this. I'm pretty sure you can do this. You just kill them. Okay, you clicked the wrong target. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure you hit the wrong.
Oh yeah, maybe. I should have just flashed upwards, probably. Yeah.
What the fuck? How do you not kill this guy? Wait, what's going on with the quality? It just like shits out like for some reason.
I have no idea.
But yeah, this is like whatever, honestly, at this point, right?
Yeah.
At this point in the game, this is like whatever, right? Sure, you didn't get it, but you guys won. Anyways, overall, very good, right? Diamond 5 especially. You just like smash them in lane. And I think you know why, right? We covered like all the reasons why. But the main problems I see why you're still Diamond 5 and not like maybe Diamond 3 or Diamond 1, for example, is the arrows, right? And safety, right? You like already know what I'm gonna say, right? Don't do what that Lucian does. Don't do what that like Lucian killed himself here. LeBlanc killed himself mid. You cannot do any of that, right? That is considered a throw, and any kind of throw is considered a loss in solo queue, right? How many games have you found where every lane is losing and it's like, oh, looks like we lost the game, right? Those games can actually be won if you play perfect, right? So that's what we're looking for, playing perfect. And sure, you might not win those games, but as long as you're improving, that's like what we're going for here, right? It's the same. It's like the same thing as a boosted player, right? Even if you get super lucky, you win 20 games in a row, and you become Diamond 1, it doesn't matter if you're not a Diamond 1 player, right? It's all about improving, right? It's like a boosted player plays in Masters. He's Diamond 5. He plays in Masters. Oh, of course, he's gonna lose every single game. So what we're trying to do here is improve. So what I think you should do to improve on specifically is work on one small thing at a time, right? One small specific thing at a time. So for you, for example, I would say it's the arrows, right? I would say just at a first glance. I don't like this. I don't know. I haven't seen any of your other games, but it's like the concept of value is really good. Like I think you play fairly safe, right? You didn't suicide that many times. It was like once. If that, right?
Well, I could have avoided both of my deaths. Like the first one here, like when the Lee Sin ganked, and I should have just abandoned Graves.
True.
And the second one in their fountain.
Part of that will also be like it's also tied in with your value. It's also tied in with the value thing, right? Like arrowing the Lucian when there's no chance of winning, right? Stuff like that. So I think this comes precedence first, because even though sometimes there were like macro errors, they weren't important for Diamond 5, right? In my opinion, at least. Like sometimes you didn't back after getting Baron, that's fine. Maybe work on that later when you get into the higher ranks. But for now, I think that's okay, right? Going bot when LeBlanc could have killed you, it's kind of risky, but it's not game changing, because if she killed you there, it wouldn't change much, right? You wouldn't have lost tower or like anything like that. It's bad, but it's not awful. Stuff like not holding onto your arrows, that's like super important. I think a lot more important. It takes priority. So it's the two things: the arrows, and the second thing is having the set plan in mind, right? It's very clear to me that you know what you want to do and how you want to do it, but it's not very clear to me that you have set it up beforehand, right? Like when you were pushing bot and then Lucian showed up, you weren't sure if you wanted to like last hit that minion or not, or if you wanted to run or not, right? It's got to be very clear, right? If you're pushing mid, you need to say, are we getting the tower or are we just going for damage? And at what point do we call it not safe, right? Stuff like that. But first and foremost, I would say to work on improving, the fastest way to improve, I think, for you right now is working on value, right? Value with your abilities. Whenever you use an ability, it must have insane value. Negative value is like frowned upon. Negative value is like shooting yourself in the foot, right? So like when you volley for a minion and you needed it to poke them under the tower, like when you right, stuff like that, right? You need to have high value on everything. That applies with any champion with any ability, right? Lucian Q, sometimes it's good value to Q the wave, because what if the enemy bot lane backed, right? Oh, it's good value to Q the wave because you want to push really fast, right? But if the enemy bot lane is trying to mess with you and you guys are trying to fight for level 2, queuing the wave is a huge mistake, because you need to use it on the enemy or you're going to lose the trade, right? So try and always get good value. Like no matter, like I would rather see you not use an ability than miss it, right? Like we said, neutral is better than negative. Neutral is better than negative, right? Mute everyone if they're like being stupid and they say use your ult. Do not use your ult if someone says ult now, okay? You need to see it for yourself. If you don't see it for yourself, you can't get that.
I can't replicate it.
Exactly. You can't do it 9 times out of 10. Even if it does work, it doesn't make sense to you because it wasn't like your call, stuff like that, right? Like in competitive, whenever I play in competitive and I played Ashe and people are like, look for the arrow now, or hey, we need the arrow now, and I'm just like, I don't see it, and they say fire anyways, it's a miss 100 times. I've never landed an arrow where I didn't see it myself, okay? And all the times I held on to it and saw it for myself, hit every single one, right? It has to be, you have to believe it's gonna hit 9 times out of 10. Don't care what anyone else says. No one else is the 80 carry main. Okay, you are the Ashe, right? People will be like, yo, why don't you arrow that LeBlanc at the dragon, right? That would be an example of someone who doesn't play Ashe. Like, what can go wrong? Oh, she can just W it, right? And they don't have that experience. You do. So trust in yourself, right? Hold on to your abilities for maximum value. If you want to work on that, I would say in like your next 10 games or however long it takes to get better, do not use any ability unless you know it's good value, right? Do not even use Hawkshot unless you know exactly what you're using it for and why, right? Hawkshotting Gromp, for example, Hawkshotting a buff, or if you see the enemy jungle show up on the map, save your Hawkshot, something like that, right? Because a lot of times, this value idea is applied to a lot of things, like for warding, for example. How valuable is pink ward?
I usually try to keep that stuff in mind. If I see the jungler top, I'll wait a bit before warding.
Exactly,
like
right?
that.
Exactly what I said. Like it's very good that you already know all this stuff, right? For the most part, at least. Now it's about literal perfection. That's what we're aiming for here, right? It's like, you had a lot of like really sick arrows, but as many good arrows as you had, you also had some.
There were some pretty lucky ones. I have to admit.
That too. When you threaded the arrow between 3 people and it hit that's pretty funny. But unless you're like lucky every single game, you should try and not go for that. But it's good that we can see that it's about building consistency now, and it's not about learning how to do that, right? So it's always harder to. So it's like small changes. Only small changes need to be made for you to get better, and I think that's a good thing. So once you worked on the value concepts, the second thing I would say is after you've got that down, right? And you think you can do that every game, and every arrow, 9 arrows out of 10, perfect. 9 volleys out of 10, perfect. 9 hawkshots out of 10, perfect. Doesn't matter what champ you play. Like They can give me any champion, and it's like you have to have good value, right? Doesn't matter what it is. After that, if you can do that, then the next part of your gameplay I think you should work on is the whole plan, right? The whole game plan, and it's like you can break this down into multiple parts, right? What is my game plan in lane, 2v2? What is my game plan for wave manipulation? What is my plan when we try and siege this tower? Like, when do I start running, or are we gonna commit to it? What is my plan for Baron? Where do I stand to be safe? Am I arrowing to turn, or are we gonna finish this and save my arrow after, right? Like when you were fighting that Baron pit, I don't know if you were thinking that, but what I was thinking is either I arrow someone, we kill them immediately with the Ari charm, or I'm gonna save it until after this Baron so we can like use it to get away or turn the fight, right? So you have to have those things in mind, right? I think that's secondary. That comes secondary to the value thing, though. So it's about I think for you, in order of importance, working on value, and then second, working on a plan, and third, being safe no matter what happens, right? You didn't die, like you didn't really die except for like that one time chasing, trying to help waves because he's being a dumbass. So that was really good. I think that it comes third because there were some unsafe moments, but it looks like in Diamond 5, it looks okay, right? Looks good. That comes third, I think. So in order of importance, I think you should work on those three things. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's great. I think like a lot of this stuff, like in lane, and it seems like I know it, but I don't know. I just get so unsure sometimes, and then I ask just to confirm it. You know, like should I go for this? And
wait, say
I don't know. It's I guess you brought it down to it's a consistency issue probably. Yeah, so I should just work on like value and not suicide, not being that Lucian in lane.
Exactly right. Like this, you could say that Lucian threw the game for his team at minute 4 when he like killed himself or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, like when you're like, help me with my lane, I was like, dude, this lane is like 10 out of 10 for Diamond 5, right? Looks good to me. Maybe it's like you have trouble with like the different matchups or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you do, it's like try and generalize the supports, right? Shield support, you want to trade, you want to push in. Poke support, you want to push in. All-in support, you want to keep the wave in the middle so you can chase them down the lane, right? And AD carry, you should stick to 3 so you don't have to like relearn what different AD carries do, right?
Yeah. So I mainly play Ashe, Lucian, and I don't really know what I'm gonna pick up as third. Probably like what is I don't know really. I can play anything mostly.
My suggestion is play whatever you win with, right? Because everyone's pool is going to be different. In this meta, play what you win with. In the previous meta, like Varus, Jhin, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Varus, Jhin, Ashe, right? You got nothing else. But in this meta, what you like and what you win with is the most important, right? Even if you play meta, if you lose with it more times than not, then stop playing meta, right? That's like the general idea. Meta is only good when you win with it, right? So for me, I'm playing like Jinx and Kog'Maw on Twitch because I win with it, right? I don't play like Lucian because I keep losing, right? It doesn't matter that I think my Lucian is good or other people think my Lucian is good or Lucian's meta. The fact that I lose with it means I should stop playing it in solo queue, right? So play what you like, play what you win with is my suggestion. Like keep sticking to this so you can learn like what good value is, right? When you like really want to climb, you know the ins and outs of your champion, right? It's like hard to switch from like Ashe to Lucian, like between every game, right? For me, I like keep spamming the same champion, so I don't have to.
Well, you can have like 5 Ashe games, 5 Lucian games, 5 whatever third champion is. Yeah,
exactly, right. Obviously it's gonna be different for everyone for how many games it takes for you to like really get a champion down, but whatever works for you, right? As long as you know, you should be sticking to a few champions. That's good. So yeah, if you're looking for a third champion, find what fits with you, in my opinion.
Yep. All right.
Is anything you want to review, or you got any more questions?
I don't think so right now. So just name those 3 main things again. It was value plays, like the 90% chance of like being a good play, and the don't throw.
yeah. It's like you want to work on value, and then secondary, you want to always have a plan. You can generalize that or break it down into different specific things like having a plan for lane, having a plan for an objective, having a plan for a fight, right? Do I
Yeah,
save my
like
ultimate
the,
for after something happens?
like counting the spells that could
Yeah,
kill
exactly,
you.
exactly. Right, like we were saying mid. How do you die? You're a cage and like Lucian / LeBlanc, right? And then you tell me immediately, right? So if you have a plan for that before the fight happens, you can play the fight accordingly, right? That's the secondary. And then third is like playing safe. What's the worst case scenario, right? The whole sometimes things are unsafe, but it turns out you're okay, right? Playing safe, but that comes third because it looks like you're doing really well here at this rank. So the value, the plan, being safe, right? So
Yeah.
in that order. So yeah, let me know how your games go. If you have any questions, like you're wondering, oh, what do I do in this lane matchup? Feel free to message me on Discord. I'm always online and I'm always down to answer. But yeah, feel free to use me as a resource. This will be on YouTube, so you can come back and rewatch it whenever you want, like for your own review. But other than that, I think this is the end.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Dude,
I'm gonna go to sleep now. Holy shit. I have school in like 4 hours.
Damn. Have fun at school. Are you in college?
No, I'm high school, I guess it translates to.
Okay.
I'm 18.
Yeah, have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know how your games go. I'm always interested in how you guys are doing. But I hope good luck in your games, and I hope you are awake for school and all.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, dude. Good night.
Good night. Bye.